Yo, what you saying? Welcome back to ISOJ. It's do or die time for the Warriors. Steph went on to say a couple months ago when Jimmy Butler joined the team, this is our last chance. This is our last dance. We're running out of time to make an opportunity happen to title number 5. So, can they do it? This has been painful to watch, especially for a Warriors fan, because this game and the last game, it just felt like there's no fight. There's no desire to want to win this series. It feels like they got 3-1 up and then let it go. They've let the ball drop completely. And a lot of that is down to Coach Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka has made Steve Kerr look silly out there. The zone, the constant mismatches, the walls they're throwing at Steph Curry, the double big in general is just, oh yeah, no, you understand what your lineup is and how to find the best way to play with this team. And okay, yes, the Warriors do not have the same personnel that the Rockets do. The Rockets are deep, the Rockets are young, they're athletic. There needs to be more of a fight than this, guys. I feel like a lot of this game can be chucked down to desperation. And it's a lot of shot chucking from players who shouldn't be shot chucking. You should probably like the video and subscribe if you're here. That'd be cool. Have a good one. Firstly, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Draymond Green, flagrant foul, 3 minutes in, which makes no sense. Kind of stupid. I just don't like it. Like, I feel like Draymond Green gets away with a lot of this shit. There is a part of me that wants the Warriors to win just so I can see what more shenanigans he can pull versus Rudy Gobert, because that would be funny. Anyway, let's just talk about an actual game now. Amen Thompson has been fantastic this series. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists. Has handled this Steph Curry assignment beautifully, exactly the way I wanted him to. It's hard for Steph to go against these bigger defenders, let alone someone who is probably as quick. Amen Thompson, much like his brother, is a problem. We saw Sar Thompson versus the Knicks and the fits he was giving Jalen Brunson. Amen Thompson is doing the exact same thing to Steph Curry because it feels like there is not a minute where he isn't attached to his hip. Amen has been fantastic. Fred VanVleet has been the engine for this team. Steady Freddy is like a 4-cylinder engine. No. This man is a V8. He is driving. He is the pressure that the Rockets need. 29 points, 6 3-points made. Fred VanVleet, I didn't expect him to be so good, you know, especially in this series and especially in the playoffs. Like, we know who Fred VanVleet is, and he isn't a superstar by any stretch of the imagination, but he sure is playing like one. The last 2 games, he's been killing the Warriors, and so much so that Steve Kerr has made a plan to blitz him to make sure that he isn't doing what he's doing. But there goes that man. There goes that man. I mentioned this before, the double big lineup, but I say double big. A lot of teams, it is just a traditional center with a modern power forward. This is a double big because it's just 2 bruisers, right? I can understand when people say the OKC Thunder on a double big lineup. I get that because I don't think they are. The Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't think they're a double big lineup. That's just a power forward and a center. They're just tall and good defensive. This is a double big lineup. Yeah, I know Sengun can shoot it, but that's not really his game. This is different. To highlight one thing here is the Warriors often go to the Hacker Adams, right? Where you just foul him, make him shoot free throws. Because if he makes one of the 2, that's still better than them getting an actual shot off. The problem is, A, he was 9 of 16 from the field, so tough. B, between these 2, they're such good offensive rebounders that it's not great. Like, this works if you can rebound his misses. If that miss gets rebounded by Alperen Sengun, then you're in trouble because he has position now. No, this has been a masterclass by Ime Udoka. The zone in general, because they've ran it for the last 2 games in spurts. They're not running a zone the whole time. There are points where they'll run the zone and it's just so hard for them to pick it apart, because the zone does so much to stop Jimmy Butler from being Jimmy Butler. And whilst it's hard to stop these superstar level talents, like Jimmy Butler, you know, historically has been of that nature, he still gets to the line like crazy. He still ended the game with 27 points, but it's stopping everyone else from getting there. Yeah, you can let a Draymond Green backdoor cut. That's fine. He made 3 shots. Perfectly fine. Just by the fact that the only person who is able to beat the zone is Jimmy Butler, then we're in trouble. It's tough when the zone is put in and then Jimmy Butler's off the court and you're like, oh, no one can score. They're daring them to shoot. Draymond Green took 4 3-pointers this game. In no world should Draymond Green be taking 4 3-pointers. Yeah, he made 1. Good job. He's shooting 26% on the series. Jimmy Butler, not a jump shooter, not a great 3-point shooter. 1 of 6 from 3. So you taking those threes is just bailing the defense out. That's what they want you to do. Okay, cool. As long as it's not Steph Curry taking them, I don't care. I feel like this zone has just thrown a wrench in their plans. And when it's not a zone, you have Steph Curry getting walled. How does the offense for the Warriors even start? When you're not shooting as good as you are, when you're not able to get to the basket, it's so tough to actually do anything. Steph was 9 of 23 from the field, 6 of 16 from deep. He ended with 29 points, 7 rebounds. Yeah, 7 rebounds. I had to double check. I double took myself there because I didn't think, oh no, that's surely assists, right? No. Steph Curry ended with 29 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 turnovers. Draymond Green, 4 turnovers. When the 2 lead playmakers of your team have 9 turnovers between them, you know it's tough. It's not easy out there against this Rockets team because they're so long, they're so quick. These passes don't get to the right places in time because bam, Amen Thompson's there. I think this playoffs in general has been defined by the idea of attacking the worst player, you know? And when I say worst player, I don't mean the guy who's the bum on the bench that's not getting playing time. It's the worst. It could be your best player, but their worst attribute. The Timberwolves beat the Lakers by attacking Luka Doncic's worst attribute. His worst thing might be the worst on this team, and you attack that when possible. And guess what? He's playing every minute. It's possible all the time. It's the same here. If you can have an action when you go against Steph Curry, when you put Amen Thompson on Steph Curry, what's he going to do? When you have post against Amen Thompson who sags off, of course he's going to drive against you. You attack their weaknesses because that's just how this playoffs and how I can see modern basketball going towards. It isn't a case, cool, we have the best player on the court, we're going to win. Because if that was the case, this series would be over. That isn't the case anymore. It's less so about having the best player on your team. Now it's about not having the worst. And this Rockets team, I don't know what their weakness is. You can point fingers and tell me Jalen Green's scoring is the worst attribute because he's very flip-floppy. Offensively, you don't need to worry about that. There's other ways you can get a bucket on defense where it seems like he is so engaged. There was a block he had on Brandon Podemski, full extension, on the rotation. There are points where Jalen Green locks in and he's like, okay, cool. If I can't score, how do I make a play defensive? How can I help my team and not be detrimental to them on the defensive side of the ball? And it's things like that that make this Rockets team so good, is that they are so committed, so well coached to the fact that they are just out there to die. They will do anything to win this goddamn game, and they've been doing it. And I think to close it off, the big thing about this series is it is kind of legacy defined. The Warriors cannot be that team to blow another 3-1 lead. Not to the Rockets. Not to the team that Steph has fathered in the same way LeBron did LeBronto. They can't let this happen again. Anyway, that's me ranting. If you like this video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you like it that teeny tiny bit more, a subscription always goes a long way. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.